All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here on a little bit of a short notice. I've asked Georgia Emergency Management and Homeland Security Agency Director Stallings, Georgia Department of Transportation Commissioner Russell McMurray, Georgia Department of Public Safety Colonel Chris Wright, and Georgia National Guard Adjutant General Tom Carden to join me today to provide you with an update on the winter weather system that's moving into North Georgia and potentially the metro area this weekend. Over the last few days, my team and I have received several briefings on the developing weather pattern. We are mobilizing and prepared to deploy resources as needed to protect our state, but also be ready to assist neighboring states if needed. The main message to my fellow Georgians is just be winter weather aware this weekend. We know for many this long weekend will probably lead to a lot of travel plans across the state. We just want to encourage everyone to stay up to date on the forecast and make sure to plan accordingly. In addition to what we share today, we'll be putting out information throughout all of our agency and department websites as well as social media channels. By being ready and knowing what to do in the event of winter weather, you can help us minimize risks, reduce the time it takes to recover, and most importantly, keep everyone safe. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Director Stallings for an update on the system and what all GEMA's coordinating in preparation of this storm event. Director Stallings.
Thank you, Governor. There's still a lot of uncertainty with the level of this storm, but it is pretty clear that we are going to experience a significant weather event in some parts of Georgia over the weekend. A winter storm watch has been issued for Sunday for several counties in northeast Georgia. The winter storm watch could be upgraded to the warning or a ice storm warning as soon as today. So would stay tuned to your National Weather Service for those updates. Winter precipitation will begin in northeast Georgia early Sunday morning, covering much of the rest of North Georgia, continuing throughout the morning. Snowfall amounts within the watch area could reach 2 to 5 inches, and I think those are some conservative estimates right now, with some reaching as high as 8 inches in the higher elevation. Northeast Georgia mountains are some of our largest concerns, so if you're in that area, just make sure you're preparing yourself ahead of time. There's also the possibility of a 1/4 inch of ice with this event. That raises a lot of concerns for road travel, so DOT and their efforts are going to be fully mobilized. Impacts could be felt in metro Atlanta as well, with up to 1 inch of snow and some ice forecasted on Sunday. As always, anytime you have ice and precipitation with these temperatures, there's the possibility of black ice forming. So if you do try to get out, you have to be very mindful. Even though the road may look clear in your area, if it is wet, consider it frozen with those precipitation and temperatures. A mix of rain, snow, and sleet, along with freezing rain, is expected to continue through Sunday afternoon and finally stop Sunday evening. A major concern is the wind gusts that can get up to 35 miles per hour throughout this event. So if there are any type of precipitation in the trees, the wind gusts can cause some trees to fall, which can lead to power outages. Preparedness. It's important for each of you to take your own health and safety into your own consideration, but we're there to help you as much as we can. But to prepare yourself, make sure you got your WIA alerts on. If you take your cell phone out, make sure you're able to receive alerts during those times. If there are outages, we set up warming stations and things like that. We're able to send you notifications to where those areas are going to be. Also, GDOT uses those to inform you of road closures and things of that nature. So if you don't have those alerts turned on, please do that. Make sure you take appropriate action. If you're going to utilize generators and things like that, make sure they're in a vented area. And make sure that you're thinking along those lines. Also, stay weather aware, as the governor mentioned. We want to continuously monitor our trusted news sources as well as our National Weather Service partners to ensure that we're getting the most information up to date. I would be remiss if I didn't mention there's an event going on in Athens this weekend. If you plan on attending that event and you're living north of I-20, we would encourage you to make every effort to get home Saturday night. If you don't, and you decide to hunker down in Athens, plan to maybe hunker down in Athens for Sunday and Monday, because there is some snow and ice going to be in the area. So the least amount of travel we can have on the road, it helps us. We are still 36 to 48 hours out from the event, so a lot can change between now and then, but we're going to continue to monitor to ensure that we're ready to handle whatever comes your way. Commissioner McMurray?
Thank you, Director Stallings. At Georgia Department of Transportation, we are preparing for the worst. We began our pre-treatment and preemptive activities this morning, treating interstates and state routes from Columbus over to Jackson, and then all the way over toward Augusta, the I-20, I-85 west or south boundary, and everything north. It takes about 18 hours to pre-treat all of these roadways, bridges, and overpasses. We will continue to do this through tonight and tomorrow. Our plan is to double treat the interstates such that we have a barrier that helps delay the onset of ice initially on the interstate highways, our highest priorities, and the other priorities to hospitals and energy generation areas or places such as Georgia Power headquarters and the like. So we are preemptively doing that now, preparing for the worst. Saturday afternoon, evening, somewhere in the 5 to 7 p.m. range based on the current forecast, we will change over from the preemptive treatment into a plowing and spreading of salt and gravel on the roadways to try to get the accumulation off the roadways as it comes in. This is a very large event. Some 19,500 miles of roadway lanes have to be treated and then plowed. As this precipitation comes down in freezing rain, sleet, and snow, it will take time for us to clear those 19,500 miles of roads. And as Director Stallings said, if ice is a potential, then there's certainly the potential of downed trees and power lines, which obviously slow our ability to respond. So heed his notion of getting home Sunday or Saturday night, staying home Sunday into Monday, and see how this unfolds as the forecast will continue to evolve and train. This is a all-hands-on-deck response from the Georgia Department of Transportation with 1,650 employees from all of Georgia coming up to this sort of I-20, I-85 north to respond. So we're here through the duration. Safety is always our number one goal for our employees, as it is for you, the traveling public. So please be winter weather aware, stay home, hunker down with those dogs, and be prepared. And part of our preparation always, again, is focused on safety, and that comes obviously from the Department of Public Safety. So let me introduce Director Chris Wright of the Public Safety Commission, head of the Georgia State Patrol. Commissioner.
Good afternoon. Our main message is really very simple. We encourage everyone to stay off the roadways this weekend if at all possible, because you only create a danger for yourself, the occupants of your vehicle, and other people that may be on the roadway. You also create a danger to first responders that may have to come and try to assist you in some manner. If you do have to drive for some reason, make sure that your vehicle is well prepared when you travel. Check your tires, check your lights, your brakes. Make sure your vehicle is topped off with fuel, because remember, if we lose power, some gas stations may not be able you may not have access to their pumps. So make sure your vehicle is well prepared in the event that you do have to travel. If you're on the roadways, make sure you pack your vehicle with blankets in case you do break down or leave the roadway. Make sure your cell phone is working. Make sure you have a flashlight with you in case you need it. Our troopers and officers will also be out helping DOT with the brine work. We would ask you to please be cognizant of that and allow those escorts to do their job and do their work, allow them plenty of room to work. Please be patient, and as Director Stallings has already mentioned, there will be black ice on the roadway, so please be very, very cautious and cognizant of that. And just the last point that I want to make, we've already started pulling 100% of the commercial motor vehicles into our weigh stations and providing them with public information and education about what is about to occur in our area. And most importantly, we cannot overemphasize our state is going to be impacted in some manner with this storm. So we can't overemphasize the point that everyone needs to watch the weather, pay attention to the weather, and stay home if you can at all costs. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. As you can see, we're preparing to the max right now. Hopefully the storm will under-deliver, but it could over-deliver. We just don't know. We're going to continue to monitor that the next 24 hours, and then we'll adjust our plans accordingly. But we're throwing all the resources that we have available to this right now, and we will throughout the storm. We just want to make sure Georgians that we're transparent and make sure everyone knows what's coming so they can prepare, especially for people coming to Athens, try to get back home quick as you can Saturday, and just be very careful. As Director Stallings said, anything north of I-20, potential icing, not a snow event, potentially icing, which just creates all kind of issues out there. But we're going to continue to monitor this. We'll keep everyone up to speed on what we're doing. And with that, I know we've got just a few minutes. We can take a question or two, and really anyone's available if you have something for them. Well, I wouldn't, I'm not confident in anything other than I'm confident that we're doing all we can with the resources that we have. But, you can't fool Mother Nature. We all know that. So we're doing everything pre-storm that we can. We'll do everything during the storm that we can. But listen, we learned a lot from 2014, and I give a lot of credit to Governor Deal at the end of his administration after experiencing a lot of those events. They have created a lot of the resources that we are using now, stockpiles of brine, other materials, all these different things that we're doing to, when I got the briefing downstairs, Director Stallings talked about us moving generators to predisposed locations. So if we have healthcare facilities or other facilities that have outages that are critical to the health of our citizens, that we have them close by. General Cardin's whole team is on standby to assist with anything imaginable to help offset what state resources that we may be not have enough of because of something like this. But we moved all the DOT folks from South Georgia up. They're working in North Georgia right now, and so we're going to continue to do everything that we can. All right, thank you, everyone.